underway for Nanaimo. We'll see if we get that far, but it's nice to be solo. I miss having Alex on board already, but this is a pretty neat way to finish this whole trip up on my own. Feeling super confident and trained and just on my game with sailing after all the sailing all summer and just craving more. I'm excited to do some land stuff, but this has been a hell of a summer. Transformative, big changes in my life and big adventures coming. This is great. Just getting past Hornby Island here on the southern tip of Nanaimo. And I actually have a boat right behind me. They're catching up with your boat. But it's great to see another boat sailing. Yeah, nice sailing out of the gate here. Not particularly fast yet. The wind is supposed to pick up. The current is against me for the first few hours here, but then it'll be in my favor. But making a fine angle right now. This will make me quite a few miles on this tack. I'm settling into the solo styles again here. It's been about a month, I guess, since I did that first solo leg back in between Juneau and Petersburg. But all I got is 30-something miles, 35 miles or less to do in total today, or today and tomorrow, depending how it goes. But it was a little slow out of the gate, but things are just starting to pick up now. I'm out in the Strait, going just under 5 knots now, and got the hydrovane set. Gonna make myself up some lunch, you know, popping my head out every minute or so, and making sure there's nothing around. But it's just a beautiful day to be out in the Sailor's Sea. This is a beautiful place to be. Making some pretty good ground here. Probably at the end of my next tack I'll be off Qualicum Beach, and I'm on a nice angle right now, and the wind has picked up nicely. Probably gonna have to reef somewhat soon, but right on the, not quite on the edge yet. Still got another few knots of wind to pick up before that happens. Closing in on Qualicum Bay here. Great sailing so far. I'm going about 5 to 5.5 knots. Got the single reef in, full Genoa still. Hydrovane's doing pretty much all the work, and I'm just relaxing under the Dodger here, keeping an eye out for logs and other boats. Still bombing along here, close hauled. I'm just coming up on the mouth of the Little Qualicum River in Qualicum Beach area on Vancouver Island. Going close haul is a slow adventure. Certainly not going to be making Nanaimo today, but I am going to aim for Northwest Bay in Nanoose or across the way to Lasqueti. I'll make an assessment as I start my next tack here and see where I'm aiming. But it is only 4 o'clock, so I'll keep bashing right until dark, aiming for anchoring around 9 o'clock or something. Okay, so I just tacked again. I'm just doing a tack like once an hour basically. It takes me to cross the strait between here and Lasqueti. And I just have a few options I can choose from. There's also been a real big lack of logs, and I'm like kind of tempted to wrap up tonight. I think I would get to Nanaimo at like 11 at night or something, so it'd only be an hour or so of full darkness. But there's gonna be some moon out. So I might contemplate that. It's a beautiful warm night. I'm loving the sailing. The hydrovane's doing great. The wind's been steady all day. I could just see tomorrow being calm or something, and I just want to finish with good wind, and this has been a really fun day so far. So. Beautiful night here. I'm just north of Hornby Islands in the Strait of Georgia, Hornby Island area. The wind has been really steady. The seas are great. Got some dinner made. And there's been so few logs compared to what I'm used to around here, so I'm feeling okay about carrying on for a few hours into the night. We've got a strong haul on this boat. Still don't want to hit them, but it seems like the chances are really low. I haven't had to dodge any at all today, so yeah, beautiful sunset happening right now. Just gonna enjoy this and have some dinner. I ended up sailing until about 1 a.m. before anchoring in a little bay at the north end of Nanaimo. The wind was steady, only subsiding just as I approached my anchorage for the night. The experience of sailing into the darkness that night was transformative. With the perfect warm breeze keeping me cheerful, I was able to reflect on the past several months and years. The summer spent sailing all the way to Glacier Bay and back had rejuvenated me. While I live a privileged life that among other things allows me to go to school, earn good money, and take months off to go sail, as I finished a Master of Science just prior to the trip, I felt deeply drained and almost aimless. The demands of school had taken a deep toll on all aspects of my life, and while not everything had been solved by escaping to the wilds of the West Coast, this trip had set me back on a good path I love, but had strayed from years before. Before leaving, I had convinced myself I was ready to settle down into a standard career path that I was being pressured to follow. I had been looking into investing my savings into the brutal capitalist system I have long despised. Those days spent sailing and working hard to move Seadream of Clyde under sail alone nurtured me. The peaceful nights at anchor had healed me. Those days spent hiking remote shorelines and skiing down spectacular mountains under the warm spring sun reignited a passion inside me that had sadly faded to a mere smolder and had been at risk of going out entirely. Throughout that night sailing, a huge smile on my face never left. I was thrilled, I was energized, and I was confident in the path I was now choosing to follow. Alright, so there's a very nice southeast breeze again, but there's a breeze nonetheless, and I got about 4 or 5 miles down to Nanaimo Harbor, so it'll probably take me about an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours or something like that to just wrap this up and head to the yacht club where I'll start cleaning the boat up and getting some things off, and before I go take some time to unwind in the Gulf Islands. I'm also going to see some friends and family in Nanaimo here. But yeah, I'm just going to tidy the boat up and get going. On my way out of Hammond Bay, bound for Nanaimo Harbor. Nice breeze here, sailed, I had the engine to get the anchor up, so there's quite a bit of wind, but got sails up right off anchor. Didn't really motor anywhere, so here we go. This is awesome! Just coming up through Five Fingers, and just about Nanaimo, and it's freaking sweet sailing. Like 2 tacks I'm gonna have to do the whole time, then I'll get a downwind run into the harbor. Real good. Lots of sailboats out. This is so cool. Alright, I am sailing into Nanaimo Harbor. Nice little beam reach. I'll get to go downwind up into the harbor. Go find my place to anchor or moor, whichever is available. And yeah, this is a pretty fun little jaunt from Hammond Bay. Started out pretty strong and it reefed and was raging along. A couple tacks, it was easterly, got the beam reach for a while. Then the wind kind of got light for a second, but then mellowed on out. It's done. That's it. Hope you enjoyed Inside Passage Alaska series. I'm not going to record anything for a little while, so this is it for now. Bye.